This is the final installment of my conversation with Raye. Listen to the other parts before you start this one. Now enjoy. A lot of people, they don't really know about the history of actually writing the Bible. I mean, yeah, there are the different sources which you might know, like the Yahwist, the Priestley, the Elohist.
Yeah. I remember learning about these in class.
Yeah.
In church history.
Yeah, and yeah, some people don't realize that. But a lot of what you don't know is that when they came to writing the Bible, a lot of the stuff they wrote was around the time or after the Babylonian exile. So if you don't know, you're not too learned about the history of the Bible, there's a time when Babylon, the ancient Mesopotamian civilization, took over the Levant, including Israel and Judea and Palestine. And then people got transported over as slaves all the way over to Babylon. And with that, they're kind of slowly losing their culture. They're kind of assimilating more into the Babylonian culture, and some people did really well of the Jewish people. But they started to lose their culture, and then people were saying, hey, if we want to preserve our heritage, we need to start writing the stuff down.
Yeah.
And so they did, and it was a very ambitious project, and it was a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, whether if it's hymns, such as you got the Psalms or the Song of Solomon, that's a very hoary book. Also, there's some parts of, I think, the first creation story, like in the beginning when God created the heavens and the earth, that was more like a hymn when it started out. Like it has verses and stuff. Similar to the story about when the Hebrews fled Egypt with the parting of the Red Sea. That one, I think it started more like a hymn. I think that might have been the oldest section of the Bible, just that part about that. I think either parting the Red Sea or it was the Noah flood. But I mean, yeah, the Noah flood, as we know, was inspired by the Epic of Gilgamesh, which in itself was actually based on some other stories, and it goes back. Because there's just a bunch of ancient flood stories around something about gods being pissed off, saying, you know what, screw it. It's like shaking the Etch-a-Sketch, but making the world flood and killing a bunch of fuckers.
Yeah.
I've watched a good number of documentaries about the Bible.
I have not, because I just don't care.
There are some stories that are good, like the story of Esther. Do you know that story?
I do not.
Okay, so it's kind of near the end of Jewish people in Babylon. So the king guy, I don't remember his name, he was done with his wife, so I think he either divorced her or killed her or something. He's like, I need to find a new wife. So around the town they had signs like a beauty contest. The winner gets to marry the king or something. So a Jewish girl named Esther, she's like, you know what, maybe I should try this.
Yeah.
And then I think her father figure regarding is like, no, you shouldn't do this. He hates Jewish people. So then they have the contest, and then she wins, and then she becomes the queen. So the king has this one henchman guy, I think his name is Haman or something. He manipulates the king to adding all these weird rules, like you can't address the king without giving an appointment or something. I think she talks to the king without making an appointment. The king's fine with that. Haman is like, hey, that's a rule that she broke. You should kill her or something. And then, I forgot a lot of the details. And then I think Haman convinced the king to be like, hey, we need to kill the Hebrews. So it was like, okay, we need to roll the dice. When you roll the dice, we'll figure out which day we're gonna get rid of the Hebrews. They drew the lot, and then they found the day, and then I think God protected the Jewish people or something, and that created the holiday of Purim. I probably butchered that entire story. There was another thing about a feast and like a festival, and then humiliating the henchman Haman, but I don't remember. It's been a hot minute.
Yeah.
Esther is a good story. Another good book of the Bible is Ecclesiastes, where it's really deep and sad and serious, and how everything is temporary in this world, and
I feel like I would hate that.
It's a very existential book, which was good when I was around 17 and I was just going through an existential crisis. Yeah, I decided back then, I came to the conclusion that I'm going through a midlife crisis. I'm at the point now where it's almost a 2/3 life crisis.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. So
See, I'm not good at math.
So that means I've got maybe a good 12 years left.
What the fuck?
I don't think I'm gonna live very long. I don't know why. Some part of me is not meant to get old. I feel old enough already.
Making me very existential. I cannot be existential right now.
Sorry.
It is okay.
How about the cat painting on the wall? The French poster.
I think it's dope.
I don't know what it's for. I don't know if it's... Wait. Yeah, is that French? Yeah, it is French, because... Yeah, Cat Noir.
Chat Noir.
Yeah, I can't do French.
Chat Noir.
Chat Noir.
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 Yeah.
Why did you make a whole language full of ugh?
I don't know. French is a nasty language.
French is nasty.
It's just much...
Family Guy made an episode where Peter converts to Judaism and he makes his Jewish name.
What the fuck?
And then the lawyer's like, I advise Mr.
Why did he make that his name?
I've watched every season of Family Guy and I did it in about 3 months.
That's horrifying.
I did skip a couple episodes here and there, but yeah. Let's just say the spring semester of college was not good for me. Family Guy was all I had going for me, and then the girl I was talking to who became my girlfriend.
Yeah.
But yeah, the problem though is she lives far away from the campus where I live, so it was just like,
I love DW. DW is my bitch.
You love DW from Arthur?
Yes.
I mean, she is a bitch, I'll give you that.
She is a bitch.
Yeah, do you see the part of the last episode where she's a cop?
No.
Yeah, she's a meter. Technically a meter maid, but still a cop, part of the police department.
Of course, she's a fucking cop sympathizer.
Yeah,
Blue liquor.
DW backs the blue.
DW backs the blue 100%.
That sounds like an episode, actually. It's gonna be like, DW backs the blue! Hey!
That's what the name of this episode was. Arthur does not back the blue.
I'm trying to think. Apparently, there's a theory that it's mostly mammals you see, except for maybe some birds and reptiles, but they mostly do, like, the grunt work of this town. So there's a theory that there's segregation going on in Elwood City.
Wait, on Arthur?
Yeah, there's a theory, because you only see the birds and the reptiles doing stuff like construction or physical labor.
Oh my god.
They're not doing stuff inside, like restaurants or butlers or anything.
It's all the mice and shit.
Yeah, there's also another theory I heard. It was by Game Theory, that guy. Hello, welcome to Film Theory!
I love Matt Pat.
Yeah, there's a theory that the rabbits in Arthur's world die really young, and that's why a lot of them, they don't have two rabbits as parents. Yeah, because James DW's friend, I think, only has one rabbit parent. So there's a theory that they die really young, and then they either remarry or they just get put up for adoption. And then there's an episode where it cuts to the future, like 80 years from now, and then Arthur and Francine are married, and then Francine's like, whatever happened to Buster? And then Arthur's like, well...
Buster went to jail. If they die really young, they must like them young, too. Are you making fun of me again?
No, I'm mirroring you.
Yeah, so you're making fun of me.
No, I'm neurodivergent, and sometimes I don't know how to be a person, so I have to try to imitate a person to feel like a person.
Other hand. There you go.
Yay.
That was good enough. You have very soft hands.
Thanks. I wash my hands a lot. Why? Why are you making that face?
I'm scared.
I wash my hands because I have to pee a lot. I drink a lot of water. Water bottle.
Piss bottle.
That is not a piss bottle.
A piss bottle.
You know, if I piss in this bottle, the smell would... Nothing would be able to get it out. It would just be piss.
Piss.
Gotta throw the whole bottle away because it's piss.
Piss. It's all piss.
I'm dehydrated. I can't talk when I'm dehydrated. Also, my jaw hurts when I talk too much.
Piss bottle.
Yeah, with truckers, they don't have enough time to go to a stop if they have to pee. So a lot of them will have the gallon jugs, like the milk jugs, and they'll just put their bird in there and then throw it out.
Their bird.
Okay,
Remember?
trailer park boys. That's what they would say. Yeah, you just put your bird in, then when you're done, you throw it out the window.
I've never watched Trailer Park Boys.
It is a good show.
Well, I watched a little bit of it, but like...
Bubbles is my favorite character.
Is it the one with glasses?
Yeah, he's like, this is a nice fucking kitty.
I did not like Trailer Park Boys.
Are you more into Letterkenny?
No, I don't like Letterkenny.
Yeah, Letterkenny I could just not get into. It was just too Canadian for me.
Too Canadian. I'm currently rewatching Degrassi.
Wasn't there one season where they just had way too many episodes? It was like 70 episodes in one season or something.
That was like 3 seasons. It was the last, I think it was like seasons 13 through... No, not 13 and 14. It was like 12, 13, 14 or something like that.
Why? Why not?
It was like season whatever A and season whatever B. So if it was like season 9, it would have been like season 9A, season 9B.
Would they just have 2 episodes back to back, or would they do one every week and just stretch it out?
I don't know what they did.
I
think they stretched it out, because I think then their seasons would last like a full calendar year.
Ah.
But like, it would better mimic a high school calendar, you know, like a high school timeline, because doing a whole school year in 22 episodes feels like really rushed.
Yeah.
So those A and B ones would be like the same school year.
Ah. Okay.
It's like first half, second half of the school year.
What if they did a show about after they went to high school, like they grew up and they peaked in high school?
They followed some of them into college, and then in the Degrassi Next Class, some of the Next Generation characters came back, so you got to see where they ended up.
Ah. But wouldn't that get too complicated with too many characters? It'd be like the Ice Age movies where they would just keep adding new characters. You just gotta
age them out.
Okay, yeah, because apparently with the Ice Age franchise, they would just have all these new characters that they would just pile on because they wouldn't want to get anyone. They wanted to get rid of them because the audience liked them. So I feel like if they made a 10th movie, it'd be like exponential growth. They'd have like 100 characters. It'd be a full-on ensemble, if you know what I mean.
Yikes.
Sorry, sometimes when I get the right energy, I just am on a roll and I just keep talking. I try not to stop at all. And I try to just talk, never stop.
It's okay.
Perpetual motion.
Perpetual motion.
Don't mock me.
Don't mock me. I am mocking you, bitch.
You're so disrespectful.
I'm disrespectful of my elders.
Yeah. As you can tell, my life is almost 2/3 of the way done, so I'm officially an elder.
Do you want a pat on the back?
No, not from your feet. I'm not a foot guy.
You know who is a foot guy?
My mom!
Not my mom.
No. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I know at least 4 people who I know for sure are into feet.
You must really hate funerals.
Funerals are weird because I don't like crying in front of people.
Yeah.
I just can't. Something about it. It's okay to cry. It's just, I don't want someone to try to dote over me and comfort me. Because if I'm sad, I can fix it myself. I need to just be by myself. Sorry, I'm afraid that this podcast episode has slowly turned into my therapy session. I know that you don't have the qualifications for this. You're only neurodivergent and a minor, except not a minor anymore. But actually, I think July is Disability Pride Month. It's a Pride Month that you really hope Florida doesn't try to stop.
I have 2 Pride Months in a row. A neurodivergent person is defined as one whose neurological development and state are atypical, usually viewed as abnormal or extreme.
My preschool teacher told my parents that I had autism. Well, she didn't directly say it, but she kept pointing out how I didn't interact with a lot of the kids, and whenever she would talk to me, I wouldn't make eye contact. I think the way I was told was, well, no teachers were making complaints about you. It's just, neurodivergent people can still be good in school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, for real, it's just... I know, a lot of people, they don't like me, they can't quite put their finger on it, you know? They just... they see that I'm the weird kid, which, yeah, I am, but I'm more complicated than that. I'm more than just that weird kid.
Yeah.
Like, some days, my jaw hurts and it makes me really uncomfortable. But the thing is, I can't really express that always, because people are just going to think I'm being dramatic. Like, my jaw hurts or my teeth are uncomfortable. They just feel pointy. And then your mouth will just feel poked. And then you just don't want to be around people.
This is scratching like a deep crevice in my brain.
Sorry, am I going too fast?
No, I think this is a good thing.
Keeping your brain stimulated.
Yeah, for the drive home.
Yeah, for sure. Be careful, because construction and people drive so fast on the highway at night.
Yeah.
Do you ever realize that? Because I remember, because I would finish at date 9, it was the summer of 2019, and I would be on the highway at 9 o'clock at night. Back then, I was driving a 98 Chevy work truck. That thing was old as hell.
Yeah.
And that thing could not always get up to speed, and the gas mileage sucked. It was about 8 miles to the gallon. So I didn't like driving fast in that truck as it is. But at night, you have to, or you're a nuisance, and you're not going with the flow of traffic. So yeah, I would be going south on the highway. People are going 80, 90. They're going 80 in the slow lane.
Mm-hmm.
You know, why can't they do that during rush hour?
Yeah.
Why is it always got to be 50? And you know another thing I don't like? You ever have that where a truck gets out of the slow lane and goes to the left lane?
Yes, all the time.
I have that so much at work because they're trying to get around another truck. I'm like, what? The truck is driving slow? Look in a mirror.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think we feel? We're going to be late to work now because we're supposed to be going 80. Here you are going 63. Yeah, I don't know about you. Sure, the gas mileage is better when you're slow, but I need to clock in at a certain time. I need to work my time, get the full 40.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I can't afford to feed my babies. I don't have any, but...
Okay, I was waiting for you to say it.
I don't think any of this is actually going to be release-worthy.
Oh, you can find some stuff. Family dinner was good. Family dinner was iconic.
Family dinner was iconic. We didn't eat anything for this one. We were just chilling, you know. You know what? Thank you for listening. This is a wonderful experience. Be sure you get those 2 people to listen. They can get 2 more people to listen. We want to build up the community of Father Samba.
Don't forget, we want the whole world to be listening to this shit.
We want the whole world in our hands. Thank you and have a good night.